Welcome in. You are speaking with the Meeple's champion, and today is week 1 of our 50 weeks of expansions. Just like last year when we did daily reviews, this year we're going to be doing one review a week on an expansion. And at the end of 50 weeks, we're going to be doing another countdown setup of re-ranking these using Pub Meeple just like we did last year, and showing you for the expansions, my least to my most, worst to first. So to kick it off, we're going to go in with one of my favorite games, a game I have a lot of expansions for. And today's expansion choice was for Clank, and this is Clank Sunken Treasures. Now, what I like about the Clank world is that when you get one of these games, it gives you so many extra pieces. Now, there are some specific cards that they add to the game. But more importantly to me is that you're getting another two-sided board. So now you have 2 more directions you can play this game in. You're getting added the option to go get a new piece that you can use to breathe underwater. Otherwise, you get hurt if you end a turn on a water space. You'll start to suffocate. So you lose one of your... You basically immediately take one of your Clank as a damage every time that you end on a water space and you don't have the breathing apparatus. It really adds in an all-new piece to this. And of all of the different Clank games that you can play, this is probably my favorite. This is one that, for me, if you're going to use an expansion, popping this one in really gives this game just that little edge, as it's the same style game. It's the same version that you were playing before, but your big shift is water's been added in, and it makes it feel like when you are south of that border, it is a scarier spot. It's not just that you can die and lose all your points. It's that it's actually harder down there because the water tends to be all below that point on the map. So I really like this expansion, but why don't we jump in? Let's talk our 7 categories and see where this game lands for us. When it comes to the art continues right where Clank leaves off. It's fantastic. The box art grabbed me. I think the card art continues that. The board art, it's a thumbs up. Your components. I mean, you're getting your board again, and it's another fantastic board, really good. You're getting additional cards, same quality as what you were getting from regular Clank. You're going to add in maybe a few extra little pieces, some new big and small secrets to add in. You're going to add in some new pieces to add for what people can potentially buy when they're in the market. It's all really good quality. It's got to be a thumbs up. Your price. This is not that expensive. This game's coming in right in that like 30 or less range. That's what I love about Clank. The games may cost $60, but the expansions, most of them are pretty cheap. I want to say this is probably closer to 25 or 20 now. It's not that hard to get it. It's not much money. To me, it's a fantastic price to bring lots of quality and quantity of time to your game already. Thumbs up. Your difficulty. Is the game difficult? We already know the base game. So jumping into this, I guess the real question is not difficulty anymore, because I think difficulty's already been decided by your base game. For this, it's more the transition of difficulty. How is the ease of transition from the base game to this? And for me, it's extremely easy. You still could have the same cards. There's new cards mixed in, but it's all shuffled together. You still don't have to buy the piece to get into the water. You can just go through it. You just have to know when to stop. To me, this is not a difficult game to pick up when you're going from the base game to this. So for me, it's got to be a thumbs up. Replayability. And when I say replayability, I don't just mean the replayability of the game, but how often are you playing this one compared to the base, compared to other versions? For me, when I got this game, it became a 50-50. Every time I played, it was going to be, all right, I'm playing on this side of the board, I'm playing on that side of the board, I'm back to the main game, I'm going to flip the board again, and I flip back and forth. Now, as you get more and more expansions, that becomes harder and harder to do, but this is still one of my top expansions I choose to play. If I'm going to play base Clank, this is one of the ones I'll consider. So for me, the replayability, no matter what version it is, it's there. This one's going to get replayability. Thumbs up. Your keys to victory. The only major change has been the fact that it's more dangerous on the board now, and I like that. Because somebody who wants to take that chance and go really deep to try to get the very expensive, secrets, or to try to get, the big payout of points, have to realize they're taking more damage. And as somebody up top is going to grab the 5-pointer and run for it, well, they're also, if they manage to get out quickly, are going to be activating the dragon more often. And now you might already have taken 2 or 3 points of damage because you decided to go into the water. And as a result, now those dragon attacks are a lot scarier. So I think that it has taken what was normally a clear cut, like, well, I'm going to get out and hope I can get you killed, to this game actually makes that key to victory a lot higher. It's brought in a new aspect to the game to me that wasn't as obvious in the first game. So for me, that's got to be a thumbs up. Is it unique? For me, again, we're talking expansions. So expansions don't simply mean is the game unique or not. You can't say it's unique because it is being compared to the base game. So what does it bring additionally that makes it unique? Is there a factor to this game being brought into the main that makes this unique? The factor is the fact that the water is more damaging. The additional factor is the fact that there's new things you can buy that can protect you from that water. And that might become an extremely important piece if you're after the lower artifacts. If you're going for that 25 or 30 point artifact, now having the ability to breathe in the water is a big deal. And if you're willing to risk not grabbing it to try to run for them, having enough movement to get through all those water spaces is a big deal. So I think that there's a unique idea there, but to me, the game doesn't have something really setting it apart enough. I think that other games bring in a bigger unique factor than this one. It's the first one I'm reviewing. There's going to be a lot of Clank expansions to review, and I'm sure I'm going to review a lot of those for this next 50 weeks. But for me, I don't think the unique factor gets through enough here. I think it's just too similar to the original. Thumbs down. Overall, what do I think? I think it's a great expansion. It's one I'm really happy is in my collection, and it's one I'm expecting to play for a long time. It's one of the biggest groups of games I own. I don't often go all in on expansions, but this was one of the games I was willing to do so for, and I'm continuing to buy newer versions, newer expansions. I don't expect that to ever end, and I'm just really happy this is the one I got to lead it off, because to me, this is one of the top ones for me. Well, thank you so much. You've been checking in yet again for week 1 of a 50-week rundown. This has been the first expansion, Clank Sunken Treasures. You've been speaking to the Meeple's champion. Like, share, subscribe, and check down below in the description where I'll be adding an Amazon link in case you want to get this expansion for your collection. Until next time, I'll talk to you tomorrow.